Okay. Okay, sir. So once again, a very pleasant morning to all present here. And I welcome you all to the portals of Sri Aurobindo College of Commerce and Management, Ludhiana. On behalf of the governing body of the college, headed by Padma Bhushan awardee Sri S.P. Oswal, also the chief patron of this faculty development program, Secretary Governing Body Mr. D.K. Sindhwani, Principal Professor Dr. Vishal Kumar, IQAC and RFTC, the organizing bodies of this FDP, and the faculty of SACCM. On behalf of all of them, I, Monica Sethi, extend a very warm welcome to the gathering of academicians and scholars to today's virtual platform of today's session of FTP, second day. As a constant endeavor to polish and groom the faculty in innovative and effective teaching, learning, and evaluation pedagogies, the college has been organizing faculty development programs or workshops since its very inception. And today, as we all know, is the second day of the ongoing 1 week faculty development program on a paradigm shift in teaching, learning, and evaluation. For today's technical session, we feel very privileged and elated to have with us Professor Sameer Sahasrabudhe, the Director, Educational Multimedia Research Center, Pune, and also a research scientist, IIT Bombay. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We also, we also are fortunate to have with us Mr. Ganesh Lokhande, the founder and director at an education technology company, VCAN Digital Solutions. We welcome you also, sir. And now, after seeking blessings of Sri Aurobindo and Revered Mother, I invite respected Principal Dr. Vishal Kumar for his opening remarks and a formal welcome to our guests and the resource persons for the technical session on active learning techniques for effective teaching. Dr. Vishal.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. Resource person of today's session, a very learned Professor Sameer Sahasrabudhe, Director, Educational Multimedia Research Center, Pune, faculty members and dear participants, a very good morning. Sorry, a very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Shri Aurobindo College of Commerce and Management, let me acknowledge with deepest gratitude a hearty welcome to today's resource person, an eminent scholar, a research scientist of IIT Bombay, and my very good friend, Professor Sameer Sahasrabudhe. I have learned many techniques from him and followed the same in activity based teaching practices. Today's topic of discussion is very relevant, that is, active learning techniques for effective teaching. And Professor Sameer is the right person to deliberate on this topic. I'm thankful to you, sir, for sparing time in spite of your busy schedule to enrich the learning of our participants. Your presence in this faculty development program has added a halo to the entire atmosphere. I firmly believe that your profound knowledge and varied experience will pave a way to all our participants and help them to follow the active learning techniques in their day to day teaching. Thank you very much, Monica ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, before we listen to the expert talks by today's resource persons, I would like to introduce them to the audience. The first resource person for today's technical session is Professor Sameer Sahasrabudhe. He is the Director, Educational Multimedia Research Center, Pune, India. Prior to this, as a research scientist at IIT Bombay, he has contributed in the development of the learner-centric MOOC model and the MOOCs platform IIT Bombay X. He has also created many learner-centric MOOCs for platforms such as IIT Bombay X, edX, and Swayam. His course on 3D visualization and animation is subscribed by over 25,000 learners across the world. It was also shortlisted for the edX Prize 2019. Professor Sameer holds a PhD degree in subject communication, a postgraduate diploma in distance education and animation filmmaking, and he is a graduate in fine arts. We are very honored to have you with us, Professor Sahasrabuddhe. And the second guest speaker for today's session is Mr. Ganesh Lokhande. Mr. Ganesh is the founder and director at education technology company VCAN Digital Solutions. Mr. Ganesh holds a postgraduate degree in English and an executive postgraduate diploma in business management. Currently, he is pursuing PhD in educational technology. Mr. Ganesh holds a unique combination of working in the corporate industry as well as the teaching industry. He is a certified instructional designer, an e learning developer, and a visiting senior college lecturer with more than 15 years of experience of working with top multinational companies across the globe. Mr. Ganesh is also a course team member for some MOOCs offered through the Swayam platform. I welcome you once again, sir. And for the FDP participants, I would once again like to request you all to keep posting your queries and doubts in the chat box, which will be taken up at the end of the session. And now I formally invite Professor Sahasrabuddhe and Mr. Ganesh to start with today's technical session. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Yeah,
audible.
you're audible.
Yes. In between, something happened, and okay, I will just share my screen.
Okay. So there is an up arrow on the top
Yeah, yeah.
right side. Yeah,
I
you can
saw.
use that.
Is there an option to just share the
You can share the window,
drive?
you can share the screen also, sir. Both the choices are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
So,
see your screen opening now.
okay.
It is
Is there
loading.
option to show only the browser and not the entire screen?
Yes, sir, you can then share the window. There's an option,
Yeah.
share the
So,
window.
oh, but
Then you
in
go to
window
that.
it says new window Microsoft Teams. It doesn't show me the browser window. Hmm.
Uh, Sir, I think you're trying from browser and not from the app. That may be the issue. Vijay, sir, can you help him right now?
Really, I am
How
in the
should he
app.
see?
I am using the app, but it is
You are
showing
in the
new
app.
window. Yeah, I am on the app. But anyway, let us go ahead with what we have uh, and not waste any more time of the participants. Okay, so very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Vishal, for the invite and virtually meeting you after so long is a very nice feeling. And we spent some quality time at uh, Little Chandigarh when we met last, and I really have very fond memories of that visit, and also of the meeting and endless discussions we had during those 2 3 days of time what we
Yeah,
got. Uh, so one thing is for sure, like uh, I would like to just remind participants that it's important to observe how things are unfolding nearby. And one of the things which I really like about Dr. Vishal is he has been consistently following the new trends in educational technology domain. And just now, when he told me, I think it is sixth time that his course on Swayam is being rerun right now, and that's a very unique thing to create a course first of all, and then to consistently run it semester after semester on an online platform. It's a very important thing to do. So yes, I congratulate you for that. I think
thank
what
you.
you're doing is exceptional, and even the organization of this FDP is a nice plan, I suppose, and I hope I can share some interesting things to the participants today. I am joined with Ganesh, who runs a e-learning company himself, but incidentally is also my PhD student. So I wanted his inputs on certain things, and this is another unique thing that all of you can observe is about the collaborative teaching in online platforms. So right now we are far away from each other, but just because of technology, it is possible that people from Pune can actually join in and give you a session and collaborate with each other also. So let us see how that works. So you will be able to figure out. But my suggestion would be please observe these things when you are doing. We call this kind of presentations as active learning workshops. So also observe what is different about these sessions. I would like your feedback at the end of the session or even between the session. Uh, so all of you are well versed with Microsoft Teams as of now, right? So going by that assumption, I'm just going ahead to get things rolling. We are going to talk about active learning pedagogies and what are these pedagogies and how do we do that. And by the way, you will see a logo here which says CCBYSA. Can anyone actually tell me the meaning of that and how you can actually, what do you make out of that thing? Just a minute. I forgot to mute my phone and therefore triggering it. I'm sorry. Yeah, by the time, can somebody tell me about what is that you make out of this logo here? Have you seen this earlier on? Anytime? Oh, I'm sorry. Now this is the problem. If I have to go like this, then I can't see the chat.
I'll read
Okay.
chat, sir. I'll read it
Huh?
for you. I'll read the chat for you.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we have a hand raised from Prerna Ahuja.
Yeah,
So
Prerna, go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's basically a license which Creative Commons provide, and you can share the similar sources, and it can be used for non-commercial purposes,
Correct.
as far as
That,
I'm.
yes, that is what it means, right? But so when I say, like, typically I go to a session to offer a session, and a lot of people will ask me at the end of the session, can I get a slide, copy of the slides? So I say, yeah, yeah, it is available on my website. So is it so if I mail you the slides, does it mean that uh, I have a I have an open license for it? Probably no, right? So it is dependent on the kind of technique or the license that is used. So I am not sure whether everyone knows about it, but uh, I would request all of you to just look at uh, a licensing option called as Creative Commons license. So so you will get varied options of so in a nutshell, this presentation is released in Creative Commons license called as CC BY NCSA, which means that you can actually take this presentation and use it for your own purpose. You can give my attribution and Ganesha's attribution that these are the creators of the license of the content, and you can use it only for non-commercial purposes, and you have to share it in the similar manner that we have shared it. So that's the meaning of the license. So with this, I think let's just go. Okay, so here is a question. How many of you thought another FDP? Not again. Why another FDP? Okay, so you can just write +1 in the chat if you feel so. Uh, and because Dr. Vishal is also here, so nobody is watching you actually. Just if there are people from other parts of the country, Yeah, just how many people thought like why one more FDP? You can just be frank and write +1 if you feel so.
I can
Ganesh,
switch off my camera. I can switch off my camera.
nobody is
People
watching.
are being nice. Nobody's
Yeah,
writing +1
yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm actually switching off.
uh, but Ganesh, so looks like even after the camera is switched off, you don't get any messages, right?
No, yes, sir, no responses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is nothing to do with your comment actually. You can say no, we didn't feel like that. That's also fine. But it was just a warm up to see uh, how we are able to use our chat effectively, just to know or get the sense of the class. Uh, what are we going to do around? Okay.
Okay, now we got the first comment. So
Mm-hmm.
it says it enhancing the knowledge base. So +1.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. Good. So who was that? Who wrote?
Yeah, it's Dr. Savita. She said, the FDPs are enhancing her knowledge.
Okay.
So, but she said it's +1. So it's
Yes.
like confusing. +1 for not FDP.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Then
that's
another response says FDPs are good.
yes.
Uh,
Okay.
then we
Yeah.
have, like
Exactly.
slowly people are like typing in the responses now.
Yes.
So to Linu says another opportunity.
To learn. Okay. Yes. Good. So I think there will be, yeah, pros and cons, and not an issue. Like I said, it was mostly to just check your typing skills and nothing else. So let us just go ahead. Uh, so now actually I want a real response, and you have to post the subject that you teach. Okay. And after you find out uh, like somebody else also teaching the same subject, then you have to actually have a private chat with that person to tell you which college are you from and which college she is from or he is from. Okay. So this is the activity. I would request you to just start doing that, but write the subject. So be more specific also. Like if you are teaching economics, then or you are teaching commerce, then don't write just commerce. You specify the subject that you are teaching, right?
Okay, human resource development. One comment is cost
Okay.
accounting, that is commerce. Okay, income tax laws, direct taxation,
Yes.
economics, accounting, English. Okay, so we have somebody from humanities as well.
Yes.
Banking and insurance, HRM, marketing, Indian
Mhm. So
commerce.
now you find any overlap, you have to have a private chat with that person by introducing which college are you representing and stuff like that. After you are done with that, you can just say done, introduced each other, something like that. Okay, great. Punjabi, uh, business ethics. Okay. So we have a combination here. Venu Verma and Surinder Kaur teaching Punjabi both. So maybe you can just introduce each other on a private chat. Can you try and do that? Do you know
Similarly,
how?
we have two professors of English.
Yes, Sahil Ghai and somebody else was there earlier on. Have you got the point of how to enable private chat and introduce each other? Can you do that? Please post when you are done with that part. Dr. Gupta is also teaching tax. Okay, maybe you can.
So you'll have to pair up with your another teacher who is teaching the same subject. Uh, we will require this in near future, where we'll conduct some more activities. So you'll be paired with your
Yeah.
another country.
If anybody has done this in interaction with the pair, can switch on the microphone and tell me, like, okay, whom did you talk to? Anybody? Uh,
And good
yeah.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Myself, Dr. Mrinal from Sri Aurobindo College, and
Yes.
I have tried to connect to Miss Isha Jain and Miss Sarita Arora. They are also
Okay.
taking tax, and I'm trying to connect to Dr. Savita, who is taking economics and banking.
Okay. So you are trying to, in the sense, you have just messaged them, but you have not
Yeah.
got any reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this is a paging announcement for all those who are receiving messages. You can reply back on the same way. Like instead of the general chat, you can do a private chat with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a technique only to check whether you can actually involve in a private chat. That's. Anybody else who has got a private chat activity done completely, please. Organizers, is it required that there's some microphone setting has to be done for each person, or it is open to all now?
Private chat thing can be done by the group.
I am not able to hear you.
Am I audible right now, sir?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who is this?
Okay. I was asking our IT head, Dr. Mr. Vijay,
Acha.
if this facility is available to all the guests who have joined here today or not. Vijay, sir,
Yeah, yeah.
जी मैम
can everybody else also make use of the private chat? Like we can use who are in this app
मैम प्राइवेट चैट इज नॉट अवेलेबल
to the outsiders.
यस मैम
Okay, that's okay. But they can put it up on public chat saying that at the rate
Yes.
Savita, and that is
यस दे
also
कैन
fine.
पुट ऑन द
They can.
पब्लिक चैट
Right,
That's
sir,
fine.
right.
So now, but can anyone switch on the mic, or it requires some permission?
सो इट नीड्स द परमिशन फ्रॉम द ऑर्गेनाइजर
So yeah, then if they raise a hand, then you can grant the permission, right?
यस
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. People who have interacted with each other can just raise a hand, and I want to listen to them. Like, whom are they uh, teaming up with? This is teams, right? So we need teams. Anybody? By the way, since the title is about active learning techniques, this will involve lot of active learning uh, techniques in reality. So it will be like you all have to do a lot of work in parallel. So yeah, I will expect some noise. So please volunteer yourself, raise a hand, tell me whom did you get introduced to. Yeah, I can see a lot of people saying to each other, but nobody's raising a hand. I don't know. Okay.
Looks like many people have teamed up already. So they have identified the people who they want to team up with, and in the chat box they are replying to the comments.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, like they have got a team finally. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. Should we move ahead? is it safe to assume that many of you have found out? You can reply on chat like, okay, we have found out. A partner or a team or a buddy. Uh, yeah, I need a feedback. Yeah, okay, fine. I got one. Monica says she has found out. Okay, great. Rajni Kapoor suggests to be specific rather than commerce. Commerce is a very big thing. So, yeah. And you can just see somebody on top of you saying cost accounting. So, yeah, Sarita Arora says found out. Yes, good. Binu Gupta is asking somebody hello to the person who wrote cost accounting. Okay, great. So yes, you got the point now, right? And a lot of people are saying that they found out a buddy. Okay, so again, one more activity. Now this time you have to think and answer. You have to share your aha moment. Okay, what is the aha moment? That either as a student or as a teacher, whenever you learn something new and then you just got it as a student, like what was that which helped you to get it and how did it feel? Or as a teacher, you got excited about your students learning, that I did something in the class and some students really picked it up immediately. What was that the students actually got it, and what was done by you when you actually got that aha moment that okay, today I really enjoyed my teaching? So uh, just share your aha moment. If you are finding it very difficult to type in, you can just raise a hand and tell me about that experience. Yes, I'm sure everyone had a aha moment in their life, right? At least as a student or as a teacher. Yes. Anybody?
Yes, sir, I would like to one such.
It's very low. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir,
go ahead.
one such experience I would like to share here was like I have mentioned, I am teaching law. So once or twice in one semester, I tried to organize a role play by students themselves on the real case law. So they'll prepare themselves for a case and they'll present that in a courtroom kind of a drama in the class. And that is a great learning for the teacher as well as the students to actually see that case happening in front of them.
Okay, great. Very nice. Uh, yes, so this was as a teacher. Anybody wants to share their aha moment as a learner?
There's a hand raised, sir,
Huh,
by
go ahead.
Pooja.
Who is that?
Pooja
Can
Mehta.
you
Yes, sir.
assign?
This is Dr. from Aurobindo College.
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
I didn't pick up your name,
Yeah,
but
sir.
yeah.
Dr. Pooja Mehta. Her name is Dr. Pooja
Yeah,
Mehta.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir. The aha moment I would like to discuss here is as a teacher when I organized a mock annual general meeting in my classroom. There were company secretaries, there were CAs, there were directors of a company. They were acting as those people. So students as well as myself, we enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. So yeah, this is similar to the one which uh, Madam told earlier. So yes, so you had a mock trial or a mock this thing. Okay. Anybody else wants to comment? Hello, there is some voice, but I can't figure out.
Somebody raised their hand,
Yeah, who is that?
but I think now that that is gone. So
Okay, 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 fine. I think there are some people who are trying to say something, but okay. So there are. What is the commonality between both the examples that you saw in that aha moment? So most of the things are where students figured it out for herself or himself. In the sense, there was no lecture happening there. There was no teaching as such. They were just figuring it out. Or some people use resources to get the information. Student applied the information more than just hearing about it. And at the end of the day, learners were empowered because they were totally in control of what was happening. And look at it, nowhere here it says that there was a good lecture about something, right? So you can really see the importance of activities in your teaching learning practice, right? Agreed uh, on this? Can we go ahead?
Yes, sir. And we are also getting the comments in the chat.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Tell me. Yeah, I taught Punjabi grammar to convent educators, and I saw amazing expressions on the face of President. That was a aha moment. Okay. When I was student, I presented first paper in the conference, and I was praised by. So that was as a learner, yeah. As a teacher, many times when lecture is enjoyed by so much. Okay. Special moment, learn teaching online tools like Civic by watching YouTube video. Okay. So you use resources, right? So there are various techniques that we are talking about here, and yeah, when we figure out ourselves, or there are some resources used by people, or we apply information that we have, and we feel the empowerment, right? So so we need active learning techniques, yes, but again, think and answer. Uh, Out of the A, B, C, and D, if I am doing the following, am I actually doing active learning here? So you have to say, like, okay, A and B are active learning, or A and D are active learning, or none of them is active learning, or all of them is active learning, whatever you feel like. So my lectures are interactive. I pause, or I allow students to interrupt, or I never hesitate, or I show them demos and videos. Is this active learning? What's your take on this? We're trying to bring out the definition of active learning, right? Answer?
They may need some more time to read the options, sir. Your screen is showing the chat box. Okay. Okay, we got the first comment says none of them are active learning strategies. It's only one comment so far. Okay, another comment by Dr. Mrinal says no. Probably she wants to say that none of these are active learning strategies. Okay, anybody else? Okay, we have started getting more comments. So Dr. Minu says yes. Uh, Pooja Jain says, in my view, active learning happens when students are involved, they participate actively in learning process. Yes, that's the definition of active learning. Ranjit Kaur says B. Dr. Minal again says active learning means engaging the minds of the students. Yes, ma'am, that's the definition of active learning. Dr. Priya says no. Okay. Uh, Shifali says B and D can be considered as active learning. Okay. Okay. B and D can be. Okay. Again, Dr. Sachin says. Vinu Verma says A and D, according to her, are active learning strategies. Okay, you there, Samisa? Okay.
Yeah. I had muted, but yeah. So this is good input. So let us let me just hear somebody else's voice now. Priya Manchanda says no, sir. So yeah, can you raise a hand and if we can allot a mic to you or anybody else who wants to answer, defend their answer. There are very interesting combinations have come up. A, B, C, A, D, B, D, none of them. Okay, so combination of these points along with the involvement of students in the practical implications of topics taught forms part of it. Oh, very nicely written. Anybody wants to talk to me about this?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. According to me, active learning is the process wherein both the parties are to be involved simultaneously. And obviously, we all know that learning is a two-way process. And so
Yes.
there should be outflow and inflow of information from both sides. In the points that you have given, it is only the teacher who is taking, different steps to make the students understand about various concepts that she or he is going to teach. But according to me, this is not active learning. Active learning is a process wherein the knowledge is imbibed by the participants very actively and both are involved.
Okay, one small question. When I say I allow students to interrupt whenever they have doubts. So definitely they are active. They are asking a doubt. They are stuck at some point and the teacher is allowing them to ask. So isn't this active learning?
So this can be a form, a part of active learning, but I cannot
Okay,
say that this is active learning as a whole.
that's
Because
okay. It
students
is a
might
part.
have
So
doubt and they
uh,
might be asking for it for the
yeah,
purpose of their clarity, right?
very good. So
According to me, active learning, the students get into the momentum, they go with the flow, and they are actually into the subject. The subject or the topic is into them.
yeah, I know what you are trying to say, and I totally agree with you. But just to counter it, if they are not completely into it, how will they ask questions? So definitely it is an indicator that they are into it, right?
Yeah, they are seeking for clarity that
Yes.
only.
So this is so you say you can agree that B is part of active learning, right?
Yeah, it's a part. It's a part.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not the
So
whole of the mechanism, but a
yeah,
part.
that's okay. But so your answer is not none of the above, right?
Yes.
You are agreeing to take one. So yeah, I can see some. So I'm trying to see if people can change parties here. So with political season around, I'm trying to do that. Okay. So you are agreeable to the fact that yes, if people
A
are
bit
asking
of it,
questions,
not completely.
not completely, yeah, but partly you agree
Yeah.
that B is indicator of some active learning happening, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, anybody else has an
Yes.
idea that okay, anybody who suggested D as a option of active learning, can you just switch on your microphone? Somebody says D. Dr. Sachin said D. Shifali said D, and Vinu Verma said D. Can I totally agree. Like when they have said D, can you explain why you selected D? Like showing a demo and video in a class, isn't it active learning? Isn't that form of active learning? Oh, Dr. Sachin changed his answer now, by the way. It was B and D, now it is A and B. Oh, definitely need to talk to Dr. Sachin now.
Dr. Jaspreet, you can unmute yourself to speak. Rights has been given.
Yeah. Who is this? Yeah, go ahead.
We are not able to hear you, Jasprit.
Properly, yeah. Right.
I'm just yes, ma'am. I think we are facing some network issue.
Okay, okay,
Uh, Apologies. I'll just see to it if it can be corrected.
okay. Yeah, you can switch off your camera probably and use only microphone. Is
Meanwhile,
Doc?
somebody else has raised their
Ah,
hands.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Give them the floor.
Pooja Jain has raised her hand.
Yeah, Pooja Jain, can she be given the chance to speak?
Yeah, good morning, all of you.
Yes.
Sir, active learning means when the mind gets activated. So, agar if we are even if when we are showing them the videos or demos or something like that, I think still the students are involved. So we cannot rule out these options because they are
Okay.
the techniques with which the active learning happens. Because if you look at the students, वो Netflix देखते हैं या Insta पे इतनी सारी videos देखते हैं, movies देखते हैं, तो we can't say कि by watching videos and all they are not actively involved in these things. They are
Okay.
definite. कोई भी ऐसा तरीका जिससे कि बच्चे एंगेज हैं इन्वॉल्व हैं सो दैट इज एक्टिव लर्निंग सो अगर जैसे आपने भी बोला कि अगर वो कोई इंटरप्ट करके क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं दैट शोज दैट दे वर इन्वॉल्व दैट दे वर
Okay.
एक्टिवली लिसनिंग टू व्हाट वी वर डूइंग.
Okay. 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 Now answer my question. अगर 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 ऐसा हो जाता है कि मैं तो सो रहा हूँ क्लास में और सडनली क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि आई विल बी आस्क्ड वेरी मच कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वेश्चंस तो मैं आके मैडम वो पॉइंट मुझे समझ में नहीं आया ऐसे बोल देता हूँ तो इज इट लाइक एम आई एक्टिव इन दैट और समथिंग एल्स इज हैपनिंग हियर.
So there I feel कि अगर if I'm sleeping and I'm not listening just for the sake of asking a question just to show that I'm there, so then probably it's a matter of concern that we need
Correct.
to check out that is
So
it
this may
really
not.
actively there
Another
or not.
another thing, when you said using demos and videos, so if people are watching demos, I agree to the first part of word you say that they are active because they're watching. Are they learning?
Sir, I think that probably one could be that if the I will have to look into how much interesting that video and all
Video.
those things.
Okay. Depends on the
Another
quality of
is
video.
quality, then the time span also. If if it is a very long video, probably that they are watching continuously, they might lose the interest.
Great,
So if it
great.
is relevant to them and if it is the appropriate duration, then hopefully they'll remain engaged. But
Correct.
then I need to probably pause in between and I need to keep, doing one or the other thing, maybe give an explanation or ask something or doing. If that is possible, then that can keep them engaged.
So yes, I totally agree with your observation. I'm just taking it as a blanket thing that all others are also having similar point of views, although they are not raising a hand. And I am imagining that they are all active and participating in this in their own ways, but probably because of technology or bandwidth or something, they are not raising their hands or not speaking. Right. So this is the assumption. I hope I'm right in this assumption. But yeah, to go ahead, why interactive lectures are not enough is very important point. So you explained couple of scenarios, and I gave a counter of that, and then we saw some shift of parties, right? So yeah, it is partially correct. So it's not entirely correct. All these sentences are not entirely correct. So that we all agree upon. That much I can see now. So why it is not in? So like I am doing an interactive lecture right now, so to say. But why it is not important? Because you cannot guarantee utmost attention throughout the lecture. We will have spurs of attention span suddenly, and then it will go down. It will also be limited.
Sir, we can't hear you. Sorry, sir. I think yours is you're muted, sir.
Okay, now can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
audible
sir, we
now.
can hear you
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to see active people. So, so, yeah. What I was saying during the point when, by some mistake, I got muted, is that it is very difficult to get all the students in the class to participate actively at the same time, and the technique mostly is that people respond directly to the instructor. They don't talk to each other because it is like prohibited in Indian classrooms. Most of the time, if you do cross talking, it is like a very, very complex thing to accept. Uh, and finally, there is one thing that if you do forced interaction, suppose in the class, you say, okay, you in the red shirt, get up and answer this question. Do you think that will help in any way? Do you think forced interaction will help? Yeah, Monica wanted to say something. Yeah, forced interaction will not help, right? Why it will not help? Anybody has a example of that? Like in when I was in a school, and this used to be a very common practice with the teachers. Like, okay, you third third row, second bench, and then or maybe point a chalk towards us and all that, and say that okay, you should just get up and start answering. Is it a good strategy to have?
So may I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, initially, maybe to break the ice, this could be done. It probably is a better good initiative to break the ice, because when people are especially new to one another, they may be a hesitation. So thereby, if we do it forcefully or a teacher does it that way, it can work. But then when the time passes, with the passage of time, it should be a natural and a spontaneous process.
Correct. And in most cases, I can guarantee that the person may not sit in that uh, chair anymore. Like, यार मुझे देख लिया टीचर ने तो next time I will just change my place somewhere and I'll keep hiding. So that is a standard problem. Like we don't want forced interaction. So even here, for example, if I know that so many people are responding on text, and if I say that, okay, somebody just pick up and speak, it won't work. It never worked, right? You saw that. But there were people who were raising hands voluntarily and speaking. And that way we can actually see how is things. But because the chat option is open, people prefer messaging on chat rather than switching on the microphone and talking to you, right? So I think there are ways in which it can happen. So implementing active learning strategies is important, and how? So what is finally active learning? So let us get to the definition of that. So active learning is where we will get students to talk, write, reflect, and express their thinking. Now this is very, very important. So nowhere here it is written listening. Correct. So active learning is not just being there physically and just listening to it and not doing anything except that. That is not active learning. So we have to carefully look at our sessions where are my learners going beyond just listening or not, is the question we have to ask ourselves. And how do we do that? Uh, that students will go merely like copying of notes like from each other or something and executing prescribed procedures. So that is not. They should be able to reflect and express their thinking. Only then you can see that they are actively participating. So all the points that you just mentioned, that people will ask questions, but these are not out of compulsion. These are not out of like because I was sleeping, I just woke up and asked a question. So that is the basic difference between uh, what is um what is active learning and what is kind of passive learning. Like I'm just there physically and I'm really not bothered about what is happening in the class. I will copy the notes later on. So that is not what is active learning, right? So if we all agree, this is a very well established definition of active learning. I have given a reference to it. If people are interested more in looking at it, you can just go to this page and have a look at it. By the way, my web page is up and you can download this presentation from there also, which I will just share the link in a while. But let us now know what are the strategies. Like हमने इतनी बात कर ली कि active learning होना चाहिए, but what are the strategies? सो आप लोगों में से किसी को अगर पता हो तो आप बता सकते हैं. गणेश, you can summarize if you get some messages from them. Do you know any active learning strategies? That's the question.
Looks like some of them are using active learning strategies in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
class.
yeah. I
Their
can see
exam.
that. Therefore, I
So
am not right away showing the slide of the strategies. I am waiting for people to write their. So yes, sir. Class participation. Okay. Class participation is a output that you want to have, right?
okay, we got one now. Role playing, case study based discussion, learning while doing. Okay, role playing. Yeah. Any other active learning strategies that you have been using or have seen somewhere used? Situation analysis. Okay. Role playing. Okay. Okay. Looks like role playing is a favorite active learning strategy of many teachers. Okay. Management games activities. Okay. Collaborative learning. Very good. Simulation. Okay. We can.
Should I just show the slide now, Ganesh?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please. Yeah. So these are some of the active learning strategies, and you know, like role play. Some of you have mentioned already. Then you know, so we'll be talking about in detail about think, pair, share, and predict, observe, explain in this session. So we'll be taking some examples also, so that those are clear to you. I'm sure some of you may have used these strategies, although not consciously, but in some way or other. So in this session, we'll be paying attention to these two strategies. These are like well researched activities, wherein it has proven that these active learning strategies have been very successful in student engagement and effective learning. Uh, so should I go ahead and show the demo of peer instruction, the YouTube video that we wanted them to show? Okay, great. So this is one of the active learning strategies called peer instruction. We'll play a video for you. So it's a short video of a couple of minutes, but we'll just skip to the main part, so which will explain what is peer learning.
Yeah. So this is the peer learning, peer instruction activity in action, and the subject they have taken is Newton's third law. So yeah, any science teachers here would love to talk about it. But yes, they are trying to show how it is explained. So this is how they do it.
Sir, please unmute the video. Not able to hear the audio, I think.
Yeah. I think we will give a overlay sound ourselves. That would be easy.
So you
Uh,
need to share the audio first when you
I
want
know,
to show this video.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like we don't want their audio. We will use our own
Okay.
audio.
Right. Right, sir.
So this is the most important part. Area of common confusion is the key here. So when the teacher is introducing some concept, like for example, light truck and heavy truck collide, how do the forces they exert on each other will compare? So what will happen to the light truck versus what will happen to the heavy truck is the question asked. Now you can easily see that there are so many possibilities that one can think of, right? So therefore, there is a critical thinking involved, there is analysis involved, and there is an area of common confusion. So many people will have this confusion that अरे छोटा ट्रक बाहर ही निकल जाएगा या बड़ा ट्रक हिलेगा भी नहीं या whatever. There will be lot of such common areas of confusion, right? So teacher will first of all tell students to write down their answers, whatever they think is the right thing will happen. क्या होगा छोटे ट्रक को, क्या होगा बड़े ट्रक को, all that. And then once they have written their answers, they are on paper, then the teacher will ask कि अच्छा आपने ये सोचा क्या कि ये बड़े ट्रक का तो साइज इतना बड़ा है, इसका स्पीड भी इतना है और इसका वजन भी इतना होगा, तो कुछ चेंज होगा क्या उससे, काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन द टीचर विल आस्क. सो उसके बाद टीचर विल से कि अभी आप डिस्कस करो एक दूसरे के साथ, एक एक बेंच पे ग्रुप डिस्कशन करो और आप कोशिश करो कि इसको आप कोई कॉमन आंसर पे आ जाओ. एंड देन स्टूडेंट्स आर आस्क्ड टू राइट द आंसर वंस मोर. पहला आंसर आप रख दो साइड में और एक बार आंसर लिखो अभी डिस्कशन के बाद. तो डिस्कशन में टिपिकली क्या होगा, somebody will convince others or get convinced from others, something of this thing will happen. उसके बाद उनका आंसर बदल जाएगा. That is what is observed, that because of the discussion you will see that there is a change in the answer first of all, and then the teacher will go back and say that okay आपने ये बोला है and actual principle is this, so this is going to happen. ये example से उसके ये उसका mathematical equation है and all that, whatever the concept follows. But then what is the takeaway? Takeaway is that our group discovered the following, right? So सबने मिलके ये जाना आज कि ये होता है, right? So it is not like मैंने पढ़ाया, it is versus मैं हमने जाना, right? Because they actually taught each other. So that is why it is called as peer instruction. So peers are, yes. So everyone had this point of views, right? So it is valuable to hear each other's explanation and then make a consensus out of it. Then we can provide clarification, additional whatever information you have to give. Most of that can follow. But therefore, this strategy is called as peer instruction. And there is a very learned person in this domain. His name is Eric Mazur. if you are interested, you can just look for this person's blog, website and YouTube videos about ये कैसे किया जाता है classroom में. He has done it for many subjects and he has written many papers about it, and he's a very famous, he's an authority on peer instruction, and he has proven to the world कि एक दूसरे से बात करके बच्चे जितना समझ लेते हैं उतना हम लोग पढ़ा के भी नहीं समझा पाते. So that is a very very powerful active learning strategy. But because we are not going to talk about it in detail in this session, we thought of showing you this demo. That is what Ganesh was suggesting. Yes, Ganesh.
Yes, sir. So, and then there are other strategies also like team, pair, solo. But we'll pay attention to two strategies here in this session: think, pair, share, and predict, observe, explain. You can explore other on your own. If you are interested, like this one, I just pasted the name of the person Eric Mazur, as sir is mentioned in the chat box. So you can go ahead and see his videos, like very good videos he has posted on YouTube. Also, IIT Bombay has provided the teaching learning resources. So there's a website available on your screen. So I'll be pasting the link of that website in the chat box shortly. So herein you can download all the resources for active learning strategies. So very good resources, PowerPoint presentations, videos, uh, even some constructors to conduct the active learning strategies for your classes are available on this website. So I'll share that in the chat box for you to download and to view. Uh, just give me a second.
And because it is 11:30 and you have been here for an hour almost, let us take a short water break. Uh, Maybe you can just have a sip of water, and in between you can go ahead and browse for such things. Yeah, you can also actually go ahead and post any questions that you have so far about what we have done. In the meantime, I can also post the website, my my official website, which can be used for downloading stuff. If anybody has a question, you can just go ahead in between. Just have a sip of water. Keep yourself hydrated. Any questions? Okay, I don't know why, but my chat is disabled, so I cannot post anything. Uh,
Vijay sir, you can enable chat for Sameer sir.
Ma'am, chat is not disabled to any person.
okay,
Able to.
Just a
it
minute.
is showing the meeting chat is muted.
Just a minute, sir.
Okay, gone. That text is gone now. Okay, now I can type, I suppose.
So there is no such kind of option is disabled from my side.
Okay. Yeah. Now I can see my thing. Okay. Yes. Now I can type in. Okay. So anybody wants to just browse for even this presentation can go to my website and have a look at it. And Vijay sir, one more question. So if I say share screen, uh, it is asking me screen or window. If I click on window, should I go to some window first of all? Now, can you see this window now?
So no,
No.
right
Okay.
now not visible any window.
Okay. So
Sir, after clicking that window option, then you have to go on
Click
that
on the
specific window.
share.
yeah, yeah, I had, but there is only one option called as new window, Microsoft Teams. If I click on that, it goes to Microsoft Windows screen. So yeah, that's the only window it is making me available. It is not allowing me the browser window.
So you're using the Microsoft Team app or using browser?
I am using Microsoft Team app on a Mac.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is the point. It has a
So
PowerPoint
let me
option,
check on the Microsoft Teams because I'm logged in from the browser.
browser.
Let me
No,
check.
no problem. No problem. Uh, window is a problem because then I cannot see the chat, and if I see the chat, then you cannot see the slide. So anyway, let's see. Because I have Ganesh with me, I will have no problem. Let me begin. Uh, okay. Can you see now
Yeah.
the slide?
No, sir. We see the
Microsoft Team
Microsoft
window.
Office.
Ah,
Sorry, Teams app now.
okay, okay, okay. I'll just share whole screen only now. Okay. So we are into the first strategy called as think, pair, share, and this is a three-step strategy. And if you remember, we used activity in the morning for the chat part. So we are going to use this strategy here now. Okay, so everyone should be aware of chatting with each other now. Okay, so this is the first step of the activity, which is like 1 minute activity. You must have experienced the changes which are happening in our day-to-day life, what we call a new normal now. So as a person, what is the change that you see in the shopping experience? What is one difference? You have to write one difference on the chat and keep looking at your buddy's message also. So you know the buddy now. By the time you know buddy, you have to just observe what that buddy is writing. Okay. So post your message on the chat and keep looking at the buddy, right? Is the activity clear, Madam Rinal or Monica or somebody who has been
Yes,
speaking?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is
People have
fine.
started typing in their answers.
Okay, great. I think the water therapy works, so people are charged with water now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people are saying online shopping they are doing more online shopping
Mhm.
than yeah. Everybody's saying online shopping.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. New normal
So
is online shopping.
looks like Punjab has a huge customer base for Flipkart and Amazon, bro. We should go into data analytics of this. Okay.
Okay, more use of plastic money is one.
Okay, very good. So, are you able to see what your buddy is typing? Everyone, please go up and down the chat box and see what your buddy has typed. Because this is the think phase, by the way. Let me tell you, this is the think phase where you have to do individual thinking. Don't look at other answers before you answer your own. It is actually supposed to be done in a classroom where you are writing in a notebook. Right now, we are doing it in a message option, right?
More
Okay.
use of
How many
internet bank.
people done like 25, 30, 35? How many?
So far we have around 10, 12 responses, sir.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I was too early to comment on water therapy.
More use of e-payment. People
Okay.
have started typing in the answers.
Okay.
Online shopping, online. Okay. Looks like online shopping is favorite of most people here. Okay, no contact delivery is a different answer we got.
Okay.
More unplanned shopping. Okay.
Okay.
E-transaction. Okay.
Okay. I think we are done with the minute now. So let me go next. So now we have to see what your buddy has written and come with a conclusion how you can ensure social distancing while shopping during this new normal. What all can you do to ensure social distancing during this? So check with your buddy's answer and type out and whatever. But you are both of you have to come up with only one answer. So you have to write that okay, my buddy and I finalize this answer.
Okay, online preferably video shopping is Dr. Minu is saying. Okay, we have started getting the responses for the second activity, sir, now.
Okay.
You want to switch on the chat box? Yes. People are responding to each other.
Okay.
Chat bots. Okay. Online shopping and digital mode of payment. Okay.
Okay. We both agree on no contact delivery. Okay. So that is one way of sure shot. Yes. Hmm. Very good. Very well written, Ujjala Joshi. Okay. Digital mode of payment. Okay. Okay. A lot of people are saying that. Right. Was there any difference in what your buddy said? I think Ujjala Joshi's response is a very good example of how they have converged to one answer after they had slightly different answers. Right. So one of them said online and plastic money, and they have said yes. We agree on no contact delivery, no physical visits to market or physical exchange of money. Even if you visit to market, there is no physical exchange of money, right? So that is how you can observe social distancing, right, Monica Sethi? Okay, great. So now, after the 2 minutes part of looking at, so this is where it actually happens in a classroom, and you can actually talk to your neighbor, asking each other's reasoning, justification, why he or she gave that answer, and then coming up with uh, best possible solution. And finally, when the share phase comes, that you have to actually share with the rest of the class. And that time, what will happen is that the teacher will write it down on the blackboard and make a list of options that are possible to be given as guidelines in order to the protocol that we need to follow during this new norm. Now the topic was this, but instead of just doing it like, okay, these are the guidelines, like a chapter written in the class textbook or something. we have evolved this list from the people who are participating in the class, and then we can see that it is adding up to the things now. Now, as a teacher, you will have bigger list actually, but Ganesh, we don't have that slide where that list of things are already there. Okay, that doesn't matter. But so what you can see here is that the list is getting created here, and it is through participation that the list got created. So what are different advantages of this think per share? So maybe I'll just show you where is that. Oh, there is. Oh, there is no slide on that, by the way. Oh, is it?
I'll post it, sir. Just give me a second.
Okay. I will just exit the thing because it doesn't work otherwise. Uh, if I am doing it in the online mode. Okay.
It's
So
there
yes.
now.
So yeah. So this is the thing that I wanted to actually share as an instructor. I wanted this list to go across, but because I did not want to do it as a lecture format, I have got it from all of you, and then I'll add a couple of things. So see, exact same words were already written there: social distancing, safety issues, paperless purchase, contactless purchase, and all that. So so there are techniques like pre-book a slot, and we will go there at that time and then come back, so there is no interaction with others. All these things have come up. This is from some other session that we conducted earlier on. But the point I'm making is that because of the think pair share activity, you can see that we have got the list anyway, but it is through participatory mode, not through a one-way traffic that, okay, Samir is teaching the list of do's and don'ts. So that is not the model here. So I think you got the idea about this thing. And just before we move on to this thing, so this website has constructors for this. So for example, resources for designing and implementing TPS activity. So you'll have a constructor, how to write your think question, how to write your pair question, how to write your share question. So there is a constructor given there. Similarly, there is a constructor for designing and implementing peer instruction activity. So this is a very useful resource, I think, that you can utilize. Is there any doubt about TPS? And Ganesh, there was another slide about the advantages of TPS. So maybe you can put that also here. By the time I will take up some questions to for if there are any on this. So did you figure out how TPS has to be done in the class? And what could be the advantage? Okay, so let us do that as a activity also. So what could be the advantage of think pair share? So instead of just giving a lecture of what are the guidelines to be followed, if I do a TPS, what was the advantage? Anybody wants to say? Okay, students engagement. Yes, and better learning. Okay, Dilraj course is better learning. Okay. Peer tutoring and active learning. Yes, Robin Kaushal says. There is also a sense of belongingness, like टेबल बोर्ड पे लिखे हुए वो 5 पॉइंट्स में एक पॉइंट मेरा भी है उसमें. अच्छा, how many feel that only few people raise their hands in the class and others don't raise a hand? How many feel this is a problem in the class? New ideas and experience. Okay, Meenu says this part. Okay, yes, you feel it, right? So think pair share is the activity which helps overcome this problem, because now you are talking to a pair. Sometimes you can also have a group. You can say like all 3 people on the bench can do that, or 4 people in the nearby benches. Okay, just 20% raise their hand, right? TPS ensures that the group talks together as a, yes, sense of belongingness and sense of comfort in giving the answer, right? And many a times the confidence is very high because I am not alone answering this. It is the group answer that I am presenting in front of the teacher. So they have more confidence. We have seen that the participation is on the rise because of that, and mostly it is on the rise for good reason, that uh, the average learners or the people who are typically left out of the discussion participate in the discussion because of that, because they also see some point in getting into the discussion now. So that is one more interesting thing that happens, and this is what we can have a look at to summarize what is the think question, right? So the think question is a very broad enough question that all students will be able to write a response, and it is less than 2 minutes actually. Pair question has to be aligned with the think question, so it cannot be a different question altogether. It has to be aligned with that, but you have to pair up with somebody. You can think pairs share, and it can be think group share also, so it doesn't matter. Then the pair can actually discuss and come up with a solidified answer of the same thing. And then you have the share phase, where you can actually write on the board all the discussion that is being poured in by the learners. So that is the three-phase strategy for TPS. So, but remember, there is a clear deliverable at the end of each phase. You cannot just simply say that, okay, आप मन में answer दे दो. You have to tell them to write, and only then you can think of how you have um, implemented this strategy, right? So, are we clear on that? We have already shared the website for you. You can download the material and actually use it.
Yes, just
So
one thing to add here, sir. So this strategy is very useful in a classroom teaching scenario as well as online teaching also. So you can use something called breakout rooms to group your students together for a pair phase, and then of course, think and share can be done online without any hesitation.
Nowadays, there are techniques like you can use breakout rooms and ask them to discuss and come back. So that could be an interesting thing to have. So technology is also supporting that. Uh,
Somebody has raised their hand, sir. Dr. Linu has.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Meenu.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sir. Actually, I just wish to share one thing, that in management area, we people are often into case study based discussions. I think it fits well into when we give a question. It is application based learning, as well as they can share, they can think, they can pair themselves with each other, and then they can discuss those answers and then give answers. So I think another advantage that it can add to is more creative answers can come up when they think together.
Yes.
Even I've experimented with one thing, that is group presentations. That individually students, they hesitate coming up with the presentation. Even sometimes they team up with their peer members, the classmates, and somebody is good at one thing, the other is good at another, and they come up with very creative presentations in the class.
Correct. Totally.
So I hope it fits well into this think, pair, share.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
We recommend pair instead of group because that ensures maximum participation. In a group, again, there is a problem that there are only two people who will have the voice, and others will be just following it. So you cannot hear the voice of the other three people or four people in the group of 4, 5, or 6. So think, pair, share does not allow that. Therefore, that is more worthy of trying. That's what our feedback says. I also had a slide on research document about it. So maybe Ganesh, you can post it later. So if everyone has all doubts cleared about uh, team pair share, which we call as TPS, then you can just write +1 so that we know that we can go ahead to the next strategy now.
There was a question in the chat box which asked like, does the MS Teams allow breakout rooms? We are not sure, but I think it does.
No,
No,
sir,
no, no. It is not a
I
question.
was
He is
telling.
telling us.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
telling.
It
Yeah.
is there in MS Teams.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So yeah, we see at least 5 people saying that they have got what we wanted to share with all of them as TPS. So I'm assuming that others too are in tune with this. Out of 83, we have got 7 people saying yes. So yeah, we'll wait till at least 10% people say that. Isha Jain and Achal Arora. Okay, great. So we have more than 10 people in now. So yeah, we can go ahead now. So yeah, we will be always open for a question later on also. Doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. So we are going to talk about another interesting active learning strategy called as predict, observe, explain. This has to do with the strategy called as show demo and video in the classroom. So we all said that this is not a good strategy because of some reason. So can somebody just switch on microphone or type why showing a video is not a complete strategy? Let me rephrase my question. It's not a complete strategy. Why is it an incomplete strategy? You agree that the learners are hooked on to video-based teaching learning, but then why it is not a complete strategy? Why is it an incomplete strategy? Anybody? Because students will have different perspective of looking at things. Okay. And yeah, but we are going to show them what is the it is one way. Okay. Tanuja Talwar. Yes. I jokingly call it like you are getting replaced by YouTube. So that is why it is not a great idea. So it's a one-way monologue anyway, whether you are talking or YouTube is talking. It may have some jazzy pictures and animations and voiceovers and all that, but still it is again one-way talk. So there is no chance of somebody to butt in, right? Therefore, let us take an example of a different thing. So yeah, we can have videos and animation simulations or something. So just to prove the point, I have taken a very rudimentary level video. This can be any video, by the way. You can actually have scenarios in case studies and whatever. You can have, like the law teacher said, that there could be a case which is going on in and whatever. You can also take what is it, a video from such case studies or a movie also sometimes, just to pause. But then what is that important is, say, look at this picture. I am not sure how clear it is to everyone. I'll just explain the rules of the game here. So we have a balloon which is tied with a string here to the base of this box. This box is covered with glass from all sides, and the base is attached with wheels here. So you cannot see them, but there are wheels here. And there's a person almost of my stature here, not a very strong built person, who is going to push this box of wheels having the balloon inside. The string is taped down to the bottom here, like there is a tape put up there. So the balloon is not hanging in air, but it is stuck to the ground here. Okay. So so it is actually stuck at this point, so it can move any direction, but it is stuck at the bottom here. So I hope you are clear about this. Now, if I push this particular box from the right side of my frame to the left side of my frame, what will happen to the balloon is the question. Will it not move at all? It will just be like this when it moves inside the box? What will happen to the balloon inside the box? That's the question. Will it move forward inside the box or will it move backward inside the box? That's the question. Okay. So, do we have a place where the poll can be taken, Ganesh?
Yes, sir, we have.
Okay, okay. This is the thing. Okay. So you can just scan the QR code and give your response. So A is for, can you just post this link on the chat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm posting. So they can just visit the link.
Yeah. So I will show the options here again. So again, I am saying you that when the box moves, what will happen to the balloon inside the box? And remind you, it is tied to the bottom, okay, but it is hanging in the air. So it will move forward, backward, or won't move. Like won't move is the A, B is move forward, C is move backward. Don't post it on this chat boxes here. Just go to menti.com and post your answers there. Okay, that is what we would like to see.
We have started getting the answers, sir.
Okay, great.
I present my screen.
We will wait till at least like 25% answers are available. Let's see.
Okay.
Should I stop sharing the screen or should I also go to that page? Maybe that will be easy. Okay, I'll go to that. Yeah, I can see it now. Menti.com, but I don't know whether.
So you'll have to. No, sir. You'll not see the results. I'll have to share my.
You can see the result. Okay.
Yeah. I'll share this.
How many responses so far?
We have 17 responses so far.
Okay, let us wait for like 25% at least. Already 25% done, I suppose. Yeah, maybe I'm more greedy this time. Let us say 30%, 25 people at least. Okay. So
21 people so far.
21, okay.
22.
So that is now 25%, right? So yeah, we are all good, I suppose. Okay. We would love to have more responses. What will happen to the balloon inside? Now, what is the typicals? Can you just share the screenshot of that?
Screenshot?
Oh, very good. So people are responding on this saying that done. Okay, that is so nice.
Yeah. So do you want me to share the screenshot or share the
screenshot here?
Okay, screenshot.
Just paste it here maybe. That's the box of that much.
Okay, just a second. I'll do that.
I'm so curious to know what's happening there.
Yeah, 25 people responded so far. Okay. So I'm pasting the. Let me see if that can be pasted in the chat box.
Yeah.
It is pasted, but okay, yeah.
Yes. I got it now. So loading image. All of you can see my screen, right? Okay. So yes. There are 6 people saying won't move. There are 7 people saying move forward. There are 12 people saying move backward. Okay. I want one from each team to tell me the reason why they think so. So I want the people who say won't move. Anybody who can explain why it won't move? Anybody can come up and say why it won't move? I'm sure somebody has written this answer, right? Or anybody who said it will move forward, not backward, and somebody who said it will move backward. Basically, I want the answer to be heard, the reason for that.
Sir, I want to give answer for why it moves backward.
Okay.
I opted that.
Who is this?
Monica Sethi.
Okay.
I thought that when we'll move that box on the wheel, there will be displacement of air in the front portion of that box, and that's why the balloon will move backward.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you can easily see now that people are using very technical words like displacement of air and everything, right? Okay, but the box is closed from all sides. Okay, it is not an open thing. It's closed from all sides. but yeah, the inside air also will move, right?
There is
So
air
maybe,
inside,
yeah.
right?
But because there is no air force. So Rajni Kapoor, what is your answer? A, B, or C? And why this justification? Table is going to move and balloon is in it. Okay, so Minu says, why? Well, you write your option first and then give that reason. Minu Singla. I saw Minu Singla unmuting for a while, but then I couldn't hear her. Acha, Rajni Kapoor says A. It will not move because there is no air force. Okay, okay. But okay, do you agree, Rajni Kapoor, that what is filled up in that balloon right now? Is it air or is it some gas? It is some gas, right? Because it is hanging in the air, right? Yeah, so it is lighter than this. So if the thing moves, don't you think, Rajni Kapoor, it is not air. Otherwise, it will not hang up in the air, right? It is standing straight. So you can see that it is having some gas. Okay, and yeah, somebody who says that it is Minu Singla. Did you opt for A or B? Did you opt for A or B? Won't move. Okay, that was A. Okay. Anybody who has given answer B, that it will move forward. I want to know why it will move forward. Nobody is giving that answer. There's a reasoning for that answer. Anybody? Seven people have given that answer, right? And Ganesh, right now, what is the status on that?
So we have 28 people.
Okay.
So out of that, 6 are saying won't move.
Okay, and
You want
7 are.
And 7 are saying won't. 7 are saying move forward.
And
15 are saying move backward.
Move backward. Okay, but
Sir,
nobody is saying why it will move forward. हाँ बोलिए.
it is the table which is going to move, and we have not kept that balloon free to move.
Okay, so your answer is A or B or C.
So the balloon is not moving itself; it's the table which is moving, and the balloon is.
Okay, that is why I thought. Okay, clarification. It is not like balloon अभी यहाँ था अब यहाँ पे गया है तो balloon तो move नहीं हुआ है, टेबल मूव हुआ है. मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि ये जो पिवट पॉइंट है ना नीचे का जहाँ पे कनेक्टेड है balloon, उस पॉइंट से वो balloon आगे जाएगा, पीछे जाएगा या ऐसा स्ट्रेट रहेगा. That's the point. So ऐसा स्ट्रेट रहेगा तो won't move. ऐसे जाएगा अगर धक्के से पीछे, जैसे बस चलने से हम लोग ऐसे पीछे जाते हैं तो दैट इज मूविंग बैकवर्ड, एंड ऐसे बेंड हो जाएगा आगे तो वी विल कॉल इट मूव फॉरवर्ड. सो व्हाट विल हैपन टू द बलून? इट इज फ्रॉम दैट पिवट पॉइंट, नॉट लाइक दिस. Okay, so there is no grammar question here कि what is moving forward, balloon is moving forward or the table is moving forward. So automatically balloon तो move होने ही वाला है, that is fine. But वो pivot से वो ऐसे मूव होगा या ऐसे मूव होगा या स्ट्रेट रहेगा, दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. सो ओके, एट दिस पॉइंट आई वांट टू हैव, ये क्वेश्चन कितने लोगों को लगा था कि ऐसे होगा करके कि वो बलून मूव नहीं हो रहा है बट टेबल मूव हो रहा है, इसलिए हमने बोला मूव फॉरवर्ड है. वो यहाँ था पहले, यहाँ चला गया. तो वो अगर आंसर होगा तो आई एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट आंसर. आई एम सेइंग पिवटल पॉइंट से वो आगे जाएगा या पीछे जाएगा, पिवटल पॉइंट से. Who answered that question just now? He was table move हो रहा है.
दो आंसर्स आ गए सर.
Yes.
We have for
नहीं.
option B.
I want to talk to the person who was just saying that he.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, so it is not this part. It is about this motion. So now Ganesh, can you post another link now? Can you reset? Take a screenshot of the earlier one. And you have already just reset the link now.
Okay, let me take one new screenshot because more people have responded.
No, that's okay, but that is after the explanation. So let us not use that. आपका है पुराना वाला वो best है मेरे लिए.
Okay, perfect. So I'll reset the results now.
और हाँ एक निकाल के रखो and you can post it also, but then let us see. Is it
So
about Newton's third law? हाँ आपने reset किया?
yeah, I have reset now. Can you sir try if you are able to give the answer?
Paste once again the link for people.
Okay.
ओके अब आप लोग फिर से पोल कीजिए. आपने इतने सारे रीजन सुने उसके लिए, लोगों के एग्जांपल सुने, लोगों के क्लैरिफिकेशन सुने. नाउ यू हैव टू आंसर द पोल वंस अगेन. व्हाट विल हैपन टू द बलून? विल इट मूव फॉरवर्ड लाइक दिस, मूव बैकवर्ड लाइक दिस, और बी लाइक दिस? मतलब मूव ऐसे भी हो जाएगा तो ऐसे का ऐसे रहेगा स्टिक के तरह. वो स्टिक नहीं है बाय द वे, वो थ्रेड है जो हैंग कर रहा है. वो स्टिक होती तो शायद वो ऐसे कैसे जाता, ये भी हो सकता था, पर इट इज. Sarita Arora says when we exert the force on table, forward force will be applied to the balloon. Okay. Is it about Newton's third law? Okay. Now look at it. Like commerce management के faculty are talking about Newton's law, air pressure, force, velocity, and what not. Okay.
अभी interesting answers आ रहे
As
सर.
we are pushing it forward, I move forward. तो ऐसे ऐसे मूव नहीं करना है हमें, ऐसे ऐसे मूव चाहिए. ऐसे ये इसमें फॉरवर्ड होगा, इसमें बैकवर्ड होगा. दैट इज व्हाट वी वांट टू आंसर. अच्छा मुझे लगता है गणेश नेक्स्ट टाइम वाले एग्जांपल में ना वी हैव टू शो ड्राइंग कि ये ऐसे हो जाएगा बलून, या ऐसे हो जाएगा बलून, या ऐसे ही रहेगा बलून.
Make it more clearer.
या दिस इज द कॉमन क्वेश्चन. ओके आप कितने लोगों के मैसेजेस आ गए वहां पे?
Abhi now we have just a second. So we have 11 people responded. Some people have changed their answers now after the discussion and listening to the answers from their peers.
Yes.
So now maximum number of people are saying it option C, it will move backward now.
Okay.
People are still giving in their responses, 16, 17 people.
Okay.
But now the number of people who said earlier, it won't move, that has come down drastically. Earlier, probably 7 people said it won't move. Now just one person is saying it won't move.
Okay. Yes, so we have some changes happening with the explanation, definitely. Okay, great. So I think it's time for me because now we have last 15 minutes or so. So if you have any more questions, I just thought of sharing that. Right. So this is how predict, observe, explain is done. And so what did we do? So I think it is clear to all of you now how predict, observe, explain session is done. And what is that we did today? By the time the messages keep coming, I'll just summarize. आज हमने क्या किया? We interacted with each other. We reflected upon whatever teaching learning practices can be done and what is active learning. कुछ techniques को हमने explore किया, but yeah, mostly we participated in activities, right? So I think that's all the time I have for today. And I thank Ganesh for supporting me during the session. क्या है score गणेश अभी वहाँ पे?
Score है just a second. 18 people responded now.
Okay.
And one person said won't move. 4 people said move forward.
Okay.
And 13 people said move
backward. Okay. So you can post the screenshot on the chat also now.
I'll do that.
Okay. So yes, so thank you for your time. I think it's high time that we harness the power of active learning. It is a very useful technique. You can get connected with me by searching for Samir Sasavudde Talks, and you will be able to see my website as well as my email ID. And also with Ganesh, maybe he can post his contacts. Um, but it was nice interacting with you. Do you have any questions about it? And we would be very happy to answer.
Okay, yes, participants, if there are any questions, you can either write down in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and speak yourself.
Right.
Sir, before others are posting their question, I have a question
Uh-huh.
with regard to this Mentimeter. How can we make use of this?
Ah, Ganesh?
Yes. So you might have seen in this activity, like, students love to, use activities and various tools. So Mentimeter is a very good tool to, collaborate, to make active use of, students in the classroom, and especially for the online session, this is really useful. So, and most probably, most importantly, this is a free tool up to certain level. So, for example, for conducting this activity, we used Mentimeter. So this is an interesting tool.
So the to add up to what he said, whenever you want to have a pulse of the overall understanding of the class, you can use Mentimeter, क्योंकि वो आपको बताता है कि क्लास का क्या सीन चल रहा है अभी. So you can see here very well, ये वाला स्क्रीनशॉट और ये वाला स्क्रीनशॉट tells you what is class thinking as of now. So आपने देखा कि क्लास का थिंकिंग कैसे चेंज हो सकता है, राइट? सो दैट इज वेयर मेंटीमीटर इज यूजफुल, क्योंकि आप चैट में अगर आ जाएगा, आपको मैसेज आ जाएंगे, आंसर्स आ जाएंगे, तो आपको ईच आंसर को पढ़ के एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा, विच विल टेक टाइम. बट दिस इज वेरी इजी टू एनालाइज, क्योंकि ये पिक्टोरली आपको प्रेजेंट करेगा ग्राफ में कि ये कितने लोगों का ये मानना है, कितने लोगों का वो मानना है. दैट इज वेयर इट इज वेरी यूजफुल टू. आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड इट. यस. तो अभी बहुत सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि वो पीछे जाएगा, राइट? द बलून विल गो बैक. ओके. एंड एवरीवन एग्रीज टू इट कि वो पीछे जाएगा. ओके.
They will have separate discussion for it, Sameer sir.
सेपरेट डिस्कशन. ओके. ओके. वो मैंने जो फोटो दिखाया था वो वीडियो भी है उसकी.
Okay.
Sir, now participant is asking us the answer, final answer.
Okay, Veenu Kumar is asking. नहीं, अभी मतलब वीनू वर्मा जी, डू यू रिक्वायर आंसर? क्योंकि आपने तो दे दिया ना, बहुत सारे उसके ऊपर साइंटिफिक डिस्कशन भी हो गया. वो क्या क्या था मैं तो भूल भी गया. आई एम नॉट अ साइंस स्टूडेंट. न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ, एक्सर्टिंग ऑफ फोर्स, फॉरवर्ड फोर्स, ये सब हो रहा है. सो आई थिंक देयर विल बी समबडी हु विल आंसर दिस, राइट? डू वी नीड टू नो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंस? कितने लोगों को नींद नहीं आएगी अगर ये आंसर नहीं मिलेगा तो?
There's an explanation also which has come up.
Table will move, so the balloon will that too backward, because there is no space in the glass box. From up has no restriction due to application of force. Table on the table, the balloon initially will move backward. It will prepare itself to leave its present position. Oh wow, very nicely written, Shefali Kataria. So ये है मेरे ख्याल से what is called inertia, right? So सर देखो कितने साइंस टीचर्स हैं यहाँ पे.
Sir, these all are, they all are my faculty members.
Yes, exactly. पर वो सारे कितने साइंस पढ़ा रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे से. आपको कॉमर्स कॉलेज छोड़ के साइंस कॉलेज ओपन करना चाहिए.
Yeah. They are multi-faculty nowadays.
Yes.
Multidiscipline.
Yes.
We are actually following the NEP.
Yes. So yeah, we will show the video only on popular demand if it is like really required. Otherwise, मुझे नहीं लगता जरूरत है दिखाने की.
ऐसे भी majority answers मिल गए, so people will go with majority now. Maybe those who said it won't move probably will change the answers. There's just one person now is saying won't move.
Yeah. Should we stop the session here?
So
yeah, you can stop.
I cannot see any questions coming up, so okay. I will invite Dr. Vishal for his closing remarks, and then I'll invite Prerna to for her vote of
Minute.
thanks.
Just a minute.
Vishal,
Just a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, sir.
But
माझं एक लेक्चर चाललंय, एक मिनिट. मी झालं की तू ये. Hello, sorry. Yeah, so
Vishal, sir.
in the
I'll
interest of everyone, let me show the answer only. नहीं तो बहुत लोग गाली देंगे कि ये क्या हुआ, हमने दिखाया नहीं कि क्या होगा. Okay, so this is the video, right? So let's see what happens. क्या हो रहा है? Oh, can you see that? What happened?
move forward.
Move forward, right? Okay, so now we can keep discussing about कि ये आगे क्यों गया, उसमें क्या strategy थी, उसमें कौन सा principle apply हुआ, and all that. But this is the strategy. So जब भी हम बोल रहे हैं कि demo video दिखाओ आप, don't show it as a passive video कि बस आप video देखो and that's it. So you have to identify some point in the video where you can pause the video and ask a question about it, like why things are happening in this video the way they are shown there. And then there can be discussion about it. So you can pause the video, predict and discuss कि क्या क्या होने वाला है इसमें, and then show the rest of the video. So that will actually inculcate observation and thinking in the minds of the learners, and they will discuss the principles, right? So that is how you have to utilize the strategy of using visuals in the classroom. So with that, I think I'll just thank all of you once again, and Ganesh, and over to you.
So, sir, very interactive and I must say active learning session for all of us. And with these words, I'll invite Dr. Vishal Kumar, our worthy principal, for his closing remarks.
Thank you, Madam Monica, for inviting me. I think it was a wonderful session. Professor Sameer is one of my, favorite speakers, and the session was full of energy, zeal, as usual, and the way he inculcated us the teaching techniques for effective teaching learning pedagogy. It will help us to improve our teaching skills, and actually we should use our good teaching, modern teaching practices while teaching to students. And thank you so much, sir, for sparing time and enriching all of us. I really, we are really cherishing the moments, and looking forward to hear you once again. I'll invite you when the campus will be open, and it is my humble invitation to spare time and visit our campus.
Sure. I look forward to that and meeting you in person. In the beginning, I said that we would be having a co-speaker with me. And I said that you can just observe the things. So I wanted your attention towards 2 points that were used in this. So could you see a pattern in the session where the co-speaker had a role to play? What was that?
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
So now,
What was? Yeah.
Ganesh,
And
we
you
are
said,
also thankful to you also for the active participation during the session, and looking forward to meet you also.
Sure, sir. I too look forward to meet you in person.
and it was very interesting to see that he's doing a PhD on educational technology
Yeah.
that he's teaching to us also. So with these words, I will invite Ms. Predna Huja, my colleague, for a formal vote of thanks. Predna.
Okay, so on the behalf of SSCCM management, faculty, and all the participants, I deem it a great honor and privilege to extend vote of thanks to Professor Sameer Sahasrabudhe and Mr. Ganesh Lokhande, our valued resource persons for the day. I extend a very hearty gratitude for sharing your valuable knowledge about active learning pedagogies in classroom. Your immense support for making us learn these new aspects are highly commendable. Overall, it was a great interactive learning experience. I would also take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all the participants for being so supportive and active learners throughout the workshop. At last, I would thank the RFTC and IQSC members and our worthy principal for organizing this FTP for complementing our teaching skills. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Prerna.
Thank you.